tuned into 1100 WSGI, and this is Lee Marie with The Go Show, your source for information, inspiration, and always some dates to add to your calendar. And boy, do we have a lot of stuff coming up. And we also do have a guest coming at 8:30, a first-time guest, so that's always fun to introduce you to someone brand new. All right, I'm going to turn up my mic and see if that's a little bit better. All right, great. All right, so we got so much coming up. There we go. My lovely assistant is going to help me today, Linda. Thank you, Miss Linda. All right. So today's Wednesday, and that means, guys, midweek. So there's lots of great midweeks going on. And I was listening yesterday to Buzzy Poole. Mayor Buzzy Poole was on Laverne's show yesterday, and he was saying how good he feels when he walks out of church. And I thought, you know what? That's so true. Like, it never happens when you come out of church on Sunday and go, I shouldn't have gone today. Yeah, that never happens. So what better way to get like a midweek body boost, spirit boost, right? Going to a midweek. And if you don't have midweek yet, try out some. There's so many things going on. I love John and Shannon's midweek study over at Grace Baptist. It's based on the Biblical Foundations of Freedom book. And so it is a series, but it's also a standalone. So you can even start tonight. So it's at 6:45 tonight. It ends at 7:30. That's over at Grace Baptist, which is Tom Austin. If you're on Tom Austin and you pass Walmart on the right, keep going. We get to Walling Road, go right on Walling, go up the hill, and that's where Grace is. And they have a lot of different midweek classes to pick from. So what they do is at 5:45, they do prayer time. 6 o'clock, they do a service. 6:45, that ends. And then Grace Academy, I almost said Grace Anatomy, like gross anatomy. No, Grace Academy starts at 6:45, and there's several classes to pick from. Matter of fact, yesterweek, when I was, I looked through the door and I could see, I saw Caleb Stratton over in another study across the hall, and I go, oh, I bet you that was Steve Freeman's man study. So I asked him how it was, because that recently started. He said it was really good. I'm like, oh man, I know that my guys wanted to do that, but we're in just a few more weeks still of John and Shannon, so can't get into that yet. But anyways. And then also, I do want to mention that John and Shannon's study, you get that Biblical Foundations of Freedom book for only $5 when you're in the study, because the church subsidizes that cost. So and they've had new people start every single week. So I highly recommend that. Otherwise, you can, just get the book online or whatever. It's like $25. So tomorrow, National Day of Prayer. Are you so excited? I am. And the 2025 National Prayer, which Mayor Buzzy Poole said yesterday, he recited this prayer on Laverne's show. And this is a prayer that every single state in our nation is going to be praying out loud tomorrow. So we are uniting as a nation, and it's just so exciting. And so we are going to be having several things happening in Robertson County. So to start the day off at 7:30 a.m., this will be a big gathering on the courthouse steps, like we did last July when we had that Pray for TN event. So this is going to be at 7:30 a.m. on the courthouse steps. Of course, Mayor Buzzy Poole will be there, Mayor Billy Vogel. And this year we have children helping us. So there are going to be many children that will read a Bible verse. We also have some children coming from South Haven that are going to lead in a couple worship songs. So that is great. It's going to be a wonderful time. So I hope that you will join us. 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, Thursday, May 1st. Yes, May. On the courthouse steps. And it will be over by 8:15. It may even end a little bit before then, because we know you all, need to get to your church or work or school or, whatever. So again, 7:30 a.m. on the courthouse steps. And that is at the historic courthouse in Springfield, the big, beautiful courthouse. Now, if you are watching from out of town, and I know that we do have people now that are watching from all over, especially since we now have the phone app that you can download the WSGI and watch and listen all the time. But if you want to find a gathering near you, all you have to do is go to nationaldayofprayer.org and put in your zip code or your state, and it will come. The whole map will come up with what else is going on in your area, or as close as you can to you. So again, that website is nationaldayofprayer.org, and find a gathering near you. So that is so awesome. And I know that Laverne was saying that some of the schools like will go out and meet at the pole and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And then, of course, at noon, I know the last 20 years, there's been a small gathering that goes out to the courthouse at noon, same location, for a smaller informal gathering. And so I know that there's some people that are going to that cannot be going to the 7:30 because they're on a bus route or something. So there will be a smaller gathering at the courthouse at noon if you want to go and be a part of that. And that usually lasts like about, 10 or 15 minutes, just gathering and again saying that 2025 prayer. And this 2025 prayer you can get on that website as well. So the National Day of Prayer website. So please share this information. And also, since a lot of you are listening on Facebook right now, please share this, not just on your page, but through Messenger. Because I don't know if you know, but when you share things on your page, not all your friends see it. Matter of fact, very few of them do. But if you share it and actually send it, click the little name in Messenger and send it to them that way, they will see that they have something in their inbox that you want them to take a look at. So I highly recommend you send this show on Messenger. Some people still don't know we have a show that talks about local calendar stuff. So I'd love for you to get the information out on that. One thing I do want to mention, this isn't prayer related, but I know a lot of you have a heart for children and you donate to children's causes and all that. But you know what? What's the most valuable thing that you can give children? Your time. And they need our time tomorrow at 10:30 at the Stokes Brown Public Library. There is a group, I think Rose said, maybe like 20 children that are dressing up as part of the Living History Day. And they have like a little exhibit, like a science fair board, whatever. They have a little exhibit there. And so they are going to be standing by their stuff so that you can come through and interview them and talk to them. And they are going to be in character of whichever person in history that they have been studying. And Miss Rose at the library said they have been working so hard. So we really want to get a good group of people to be going through the library tomorrow, Thursday, May 1st, from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So please share that. And if you go to my Facebook page, I do have the invite up for that. It's called, I believe, Living History. So if you don't know how to find me on Facebook, my profile picture is a white circle that says rule number 1 in the middle of it. And then underneath that, it has some more language, which you'll have to go to my Facebook page to see what that is. But anyways, on that, I try to share a lot of community events. And so that is one of them. So again, Living History tomorrow, May 1st at the Stokes Brown Public Library, which is very easy to find, guys. It's on 5th Street and White Street, not too far from the square at all. And they, it's not just a library. They got so much going on in there. But so go on by tomorrow, please, after day of prayer in the morning. Well, actually in between the two, right? So you got the first thing at 7:30 and then 10:30 you can go to the library. And then if you want to come back at 12 noon for another prayer thing, you can. So that is tomorrow. There's so much going on. Okay, Friday. This Friday, guys, is First Friday Market Kickoff. So super excited about that, especially ever since I've been right there next to Crossroads now that I officially rent the well in the square. So super fun times there. Buzzy Pool and Friends is going to be the band. They start at 6:30. The market itself starts at 6. I'm going to be doing a free line dance class, playing some music in the big ballroom down out. So you go inside Crossroads and then go down some stairs and there's a large ballroom there. I think we'll be there. Maybe we'll be in the front one, but we do have both spaces now because we're going to be expanding and doing a lot more classes and different types of things. And so I'm really excited about that, but I will be posting later today, hopefully, or tomorrow, about the specifics on that free line dance class Friday night. Basically, we want to get warmed up before the band starts because so many of us are just really excited to go line dance out where the band is. So once the band starts, we want in the square and we are connected physically to Crossroads Christian Bookstore, which by the way, Nancy is always there. She does a great job and her restrooms are open on Friday Night Market in case you didn't know that. It's a nice place to go in there. Okay, I am going to Oh, yeah, this Saturday is the first Saturday. This Saturday is the first Saturday, which means the local GOP meets at 8:30 a.m. at Purpose Life Church, 805 Memorial Boulevard. They do a potluck breakfast at 8:30, and then, of course, their program starts at 9 a.m. So you can go over to Purpose Life Church this Saturday if you want. There's so much So much going on. Okay, I'm going to just flip over right now to my Facebook page and go down that just to make it easier for you. Cindy Norton is doing a $5 fitness class. She provides all of the bands, a little brand new bag of bands for you. She is doing this right now. It's only on Mondays at 10 a.m. But we're hoping that she starts doing it another day too, because I tell you, I feel so much better, especially like at night when I get in bed. Sometimes, like, bones or joints would ache. And ever since I've been, the nights after I do her class, I feel a lot better. So I highly recommend you guys taking the Total Body Fitness class with Cindy Norton. That is every Monday, 10 a.m. at Well in the Square. And if you want to hang out after, 11 a.m. is when we do line dance classes. So same location. All right. And so that the first thing on my Facebook page is about that. All right, I'm going to skip through some of these things that oh no, Sunday. Okay, that is this Sunday. That's right. This Sunday's May 4th. 2 p.m. over at Willow Oak. They're doing Singing Through the Scenes. And so that's a children's chorus concert event, and that's 2 p.m. this Sunday. Okay, then the next thing on the page, of course, is the National Day of Prayer. Go ahead and share that on Messenger, guys. Okay, the next thing on my Facebook page is the post from yesterday. If you didn't hear Mayor Buzzy Poole on Laverne's show yesterday, I highly recommend that you watch that. He talked all about the, actually, he talked about a lot of things. So I recommend you watch that. It's really great, guys. You can get so up to date on local happenings by watching Laverne's show. Okay, next thing up here, this is not this Saturday, but next, but you're going to want to put it on your calendar for sure. It's always the Saturday before Mother's Day, a big plant sale. And that's the Robertson County Master Gardeners that do this. And oh my goodness, I have gotten some fabulous plants there. And so this is 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's not going to be where it normally is at the Extension office. It's going to be over at the Highland Rim Research Center, okay? So that is at 3181 Experiment Station Road. So that's off of Memorial Boulevard. So I know you can find it, and I highly recommend going to that. All right, let's see. This Saturday, 3 p.m., 3rd Annual Nashville Area Hymn Sing-Along, McFerrin Missionary Baptist. All right. There's the post there. For more information and the address, you can go ahead and click on that. Then, homeschool. There, you know what? Bill Monroe's home place does homeschool tours. I thought that is so cool. They're really not that far away, guys. So I went ahead and posted that for some ideas. Is shoebox packing for you? Ebenezer Baptist, who is very involved with Operation Christmas Child, they're always one of the hubs for this area. They're going to be doing this Sunday at 5:30. A missionary couple is going to be talking about great things to put in the boxes, and I think they've done over 10,000 boxes or something like that. Anyways, that should be a fun thing. 5:30 on Sunday. Oh, Teen Wildlife Camp with TWRA is going to be coming up June 2nd to June 4th. You're going to want to get signed up for that teen camp because I'm sure those spots will sell out. All right, Spring in the Briar. Oh, another thing this Saturday. All right, Green Ridge Chamber presents Spring in the Briar. This is going to be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and that is over at the Greenbrier Commons. So that's right around Golly G's. Okay. All right. And let's see. It probably is time for a break. Let's see here. All right. Hopefully my commercials are right where they should be. Oh, praise the Lord, they are. Okay, I do need to do a commercial break here because, yes, we do have 5 sponsors and we don't want to forget anybody here. All right, so first thing, DK Styles. I was there yesterday, and I just want to tell you that they do such a fabulous job. They're your local favorite for haircuts for everyone, actually, of all ages. They do styling, color, perms, waxing, tans, and now tanning's only $35 a month or $8 a tan. DK Styles is a big supporter of our military, and guess what, guys? May is Military Appreciation Month, so if you're not already offering military discounts, please do something in May or do something bigger in May if you already do something year-round, because it's not just Memorial Weekend, okay? There are like 5 or 6 military holidays, recognition days in the month of May. So please celebrate those. Okay, so DK Styles does military cuts for only $20. So, and first responders, actually. So you can get haircuts for only $20. It's not a military cut. It's just a cut for the military. All right. Well, I guess you could also get a military cut if you wanted. Okay. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7, and Saturdays, 8 to 3. They're located at 3538 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield. You can call today for an appointment at 615-384-8999 and tell them Lee Marie sent you. Okay, so that's DK Styles. And then one of my other local favorites is UPS. Of course, I was there yesterday and I got to go back today because they're helping to print a bunch of our National Day of Prayer brochures and such. And so they also, right now, UPS is doing a special for making graduation invitations and also like those banners that you want to put outside that, has your graduate's picture on them. So go into UPS and find out. I know a lot of you already know it is because you take your Amazon stuff there, but they do so much more. They're your one-stop shop for all your printing needs. They also can pack stuff. So if you have something weird you need to pack, you're like, I have no idea. Like they've got all the packing materials, of course. They can do blueprints, business cards, document shredding. I know a lot of people are cleaning out their stuff right now because they see it on the streets of Springfield. So you probably have documents that need to be shredded. And they're located at 513 Memorial Boulevard in Springfield. And you can call them at 615-384-0093. And again, tell them Lee Marie sent ya. So go by UPS. And of course, say hello to Miss Deborah because she works there and she's always willing to give you a hug. All right. It's already sounded. Oh my gosh, my guest is almost here. Okay. So Children's Health, when is this? Okay. Next Saturday, Children's Mental Health Action Week. And so that is going to be May 10th at 9 a.m. I'm going to try to get through some of these real quick here. Oh, the beekeeper meeting, that already happened because that was last night. Okay, if you guys want to get plugged in, the Robertson County has a Beekeepers Association. And so you can go ahead and click on that link that I did post. Okay, here's the next one. Living History Museum. Oh, look at how cute this girl is. This little Annie Oakley. She is adorable. Okay, so the library is located at 405 White Street. If you guys are not doing anything tomorrow between 10:30 and 11:30, please go by and give these children your time. All right, they've been working so hard and they want to talk to you in character on this project that they've been working so hard on. So please go visit them. All right, I'm going to skip through a little bit. Oh, there's a little video of Cindy Norton doing her band exercises. Like I said, super easy, beginner friendly, and just show up at 10 o'clock on Monday and she'll get you plugged in. Okay, you have to put on your calendar the Bluegrass Festival because it is probably my most favorite event music-wise in our county. And so it will be on the 16th of May, which is a Friday night. It starts with that, there's a bunch of contests for the kids, different instruments, and then a barn dance. And let me tell you, that barn dance is so much fun. They do. Cheryl will be calling square dancing. It doesn't matter if you haven't done it before. Matter of fact, it's even more fun if you haven't done it before because when everybody gets all mixed up, people just start laughing so hard. But anyways, super fun time to be out there at Kilgore Park. So I hope you guys put that on your calendar. Again, Friday, May 16th. And then, of course, the next day, May 17th, is just, oh my goodness, like 6 of the most amazing bluegrass bands that you'll ever see. They do such a good job lining those people up. So I hope you guys will put the Kilgore Festival on your calendar because really it's second to none. And let me tell you how much it is. It's $10 for the whole weekend, which is remarkable because it's awesome. And parking is free. It's past the ball fields, over where East Robertson is. So I know sometimes people have told me like, I couldn't find it. Well, you have to go. Like you're going to the ballparks there and keep going. And then it's down in this beautiful, like natural amphitheater because there's a beautiful lawn, which I know a lot of kids will bring like Frisbees and stuff. And the cornhole toss, so it's all ages and it's just a real fun day. So I hope you guys will consider doing that. Also the Pamela Furr came out to our county and was talking about the Education Freedom Scholarships. I just want to remind you that May 15th, because that's coming up soon, will be when those applications go live. And so you want to make sure you have all your documents ready for that. Again, those are scholarships that the state of Tennessee, it's a brand new program. They're making these available. There's 20,000 scholarships. 10,000 of them will be income-based. 10,000 will be just first come, first serve. So you got to make sure you have all your documents ready to go so that you can put them in right at May 15th. and also that you're somewhere where there's a fast internet speed, because I think that's going to be who gets these scholarships. So these are, you can take them to a private school of your choice that is taking them. I know that Pamela at that meeting said there were at least, I think, 6 in Robertson County that already said they had room. I think South Haven was one, Seventh-day Adventist in Ridgetop, Grace Baptist, and there was one in White House, and I can't remember all of them, but I know that schools, if you're listening, you guys can still sign up to be people who can take these scholarships. So anyways, you can get more information. The state of Tennessee actually has a really good website for that, and I will try to post that later because I did have it on me, and I don't think I have it on me this moment. So I did see our guest walk in, so we're going to have Miss Sarah come on in and join us. So again, guys, there's so much to do in this county. I can't even get through the whole list. There's a ton. So if you're looking for something, or you know what, maybe you haven't plugged into a church yet, I have never seen a county with so many amazing churches. There really are. And so if you aren't plugged into a church yet, you can PM me and tell me what you're looking for. Some people, music is a deal breaker for, and so they're like, I only want hymns, or I only want modern, or I only want this or that. If you're looking for a big church, a small church, a church with a lot of kids, not a lot of kids, PM me, because I know about a lot of the churches, and I can give you some suggestions. Also, if you're listening, you can go ahead and put in the comment section. You can say, hey, come to my church. This is what we do. So I don't like to see when people don't have a church family. I'm just so sad for them. I have 3 because I couldn't make up my mind. So, and I love them all. But if you're not plugged into a church family, guys, please do so. And then also, if you are at home and you're not going out and you're not inviting people places, come on, guys, be a friend. You want friends, you got to be a friend. Call up people, say, hey, you know what, I want to go to this thing, but I don't want to go alone. Can I pick you up? Okay, just practice that. And there's so many events going on. So there you go. All right, the beautiful and one and only Sarah Warren.
I was going to say, what a lovely segue, too, of just always the connection and collaboration of, hey, reach out, build community, bring people along, and share about what's going on and the resources available.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that it was a good segue. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our...
I totally planned that.
This is our first time guest.
Yes.
Sarah Warren from the Economic Development Department. And do you have an official title there?
I do, and I love the ask. I know it's, okay. I am the assistant director, and it's with the Robertson County Economic Development Board. Right. So always a bit of a mouthful for folks, but it's been an absolute treat. I've been serving in that position since 2022, and it was a new role at the time.
Oh, okay. Very good. So tell them what you do in that role.
Absolutely. So economic development for our community is all about increasing the competitiveness of our local economy, right? And so our board does that through supporting industry, that's existing industry partners, recruiting new industry, and tourism, developing tourism as an economic driver. So I was brought in to focus primarily on tourism, which is fun, right? It's all the events, attractions, the things that highlight and feature our community. Lots of times it's our history, it's things that represent the culture of our communities. And so it's about bringing visitors in to Robertson County to spend their money in Robertson County and help grow and support our economy through that.
Okay, all right. And so how do you go about doing that?
Marketing. For us, a big part of what I do is marketing and then connecting resources. So the Economic Development Board works with partners like the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development. We write grants so that we can market the Experience Robertson County brand and share the message of our community with non-residents. For us, that includes strategies like outdoor advertising, so billboards in Clarksville, Oak Grove, Louisville, digital ads, meta ads, Facebook ads, Google ads. We partner with Advanced Travel and Tourism to reach a much larger geographic area and let people know about Robertson County. Hey, is this on your radar? Here are the things that our community has. We get to target, right? I mean, that's, all about that. It's really wild what you can target now. So we're
Mm.
able to target not only visitors by their geographic location, would it be a day trip? Would it be more of a weekend excursion for folks,
Mm.
but also their interest, right? So we're able to look
Mm.
at emerging families. We have so many family friendly events
Mhm.
that folks are coming out to. So we're able to do that. And then interest, right? We have really a diverse group from arts and culture events, outdoor rec events. So we're able to target those audiences with those digital ads and then connecting resources, which for me is
Mhm.
a huge personal passion. I
Mhm.
come from a nonprofit background. And so I feel like building relationships is always key, but then that ability to connect resources is valuable. So the Economic Development Board is unique, and they also provide grants, which I know you and I talked about. We're in the midst. Today is actually the deadline for next fiscal year's grants. So
Oh,
we've had a 6 week.
now is that at
Um,
5 p.m. today is the deadline
Hey, it's
midnight,
close. Yes, I was like,
11:59?
I like the people. That's what I've told. I was like, people have different comfort levels with deadlines, so that's always fun. But no, close of day. So
Okay.
absolutely, folks have today to get on that. But it's the information about those grants are available year round through the
Mm.
Experience Robertson County website. So
Okay.
we have a tourism partners tab, and it talks about not only these grants, the
Mm.
types of grants, that process, but other resources available.
Mm.
Folks can submit events, new
Mhm.
businesses that are attractions
Mhm.
for listing on our website, on the app.
So what is the website?
Yeah, experiencerobertson.com.
Okay.
And then the app is Experience Robertson County, and that is a free app that folks are able to download. We actually have a download the app page as well through the website. When you pull it up from your phone,
Mhm.
it's going to auto pull up an area for you to click to take you to your app store
Mm.
to download that as well. So that's where we have a comprehensive events calendar, a
Ah,
directory of different attractions, and it's really a one stop
okay.
um, for visitors coming in and trying to figure out, okay, I'm here or I'm planning my trip. What is
Mm.
it that I want to do?
Okay. Now that calendar, is that mostly geared for out of town people coming in?
It
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Well, in that it's events and attractions. So I
Mhm.
hope our residents absolutely, right? When you
Okay. Yeah,
talk
because I
about,
didn't know about that. I'm like,
oh, yes.
mm.
And so the great thing is it's countywide again, right? So
Oh.
there's lots of different calendars, which is wonderful. We
Mhm.
want to have those, but our goal is to feed up at the city level
Mhm.
things that are happening all across our 11 unique.
Okay. And that's helpful, too, like for especially for organizers that are in here picking out dates, because like I know recently there's been some significant doubling up on the, things that both same people would be
What's
going to.
happening?
And it's like, why didn't you look at
To have that
something or to find that
to
out?
look at that now. And I will specify though, again, this is a tourism brand.
Mhm.
So while events and attractions are on there that absolutely our community and our residents want to mark their calendars for, right?
Mhm.
We are entering prime season, which is really exciting as May
Mhm.
comes. It's our festivals are kicking off, our farmers markets. So many things are happening.
Mhm.
This calendar will be for events that will draw out of town guests, so it will not be only community specific.
Mhm.
Meetings, like standing meetings and those
Oh
things,
yeah.
will not be on the calendar.
Mhm.
But that is a great resource, right? Then for some of
Mhm.
our other organizations that are really focused on community meetings, whether it's a chamber calendar
Mhm.
or other organization.
Right. Wow. Well, then that was interesting that we picked today because people can
May.
still look it up and they can still try to apply to take advantage
Yes.
of. So, what are can you give an example of some of the things that they could take advantage of on those resources?
Yeah, so I've loved because it is unique that Robertson County's so tourism looks different in each community, right? In some communities that lives as a completely freestanding entity. In some communities, it's under a chamber of commerce. In some communities like ours, it's under economic development. So it lives in different places. It's unique to me that in Robertson County, it lives under economic development. I have loved that very clear connection that tourism brings in real money
Hmm.
for our community and makes a real impact.
Hmm.
Um, that's very clear. It's also unique because with tourism under economic development, our board these grants, it's an incredible way for them to give back
Mhm.
and put that money that comes in through the occupancy tax. That's how the board is funded, that hotel motel tax, where
Mhm.
visitors are staying in our community. They pay that tax, and that
Mhm.
helps fund our work. So that money is going back to fund tourism at the local level. So these grants,
Mm.
there are infrastructure grants, event grants, and marketing grants.
Okay.
And so that's new. They've expanded the grants back in 2023. Historically, there was a marketing grant. So I love that, they're always looking for opportunities to continue to, again, connect the resources with the folks on the ground that
Mm.
are doing this incredible work. Yes, for our community, because our events gather and collect our community together,
Mhm.
and also a way to welcome visitors, right?
Mm.
So I love, because so many folks in our community will know absolutely the support of events from Bell Witch Fall Festival,
Mhm.
right? That's a beloved tradition in our community, and absolutely highlights rich history, our agricultural roots with the smoke production.
I love the
Um,
smoke production. We go to that every year.
yes, and that's right. It is a year over year,
Mhm.
right? I was I loved just my second year of attending, and how a different director, right? Completely the
Yes.
tone of the
Uh-huh.
performance. I was like, oh, okay, it's new, it's fresh every
Mhm.
year. For them, we've had a long-standing partnership with Community Spirits. And it's exciting that, for them, marketing grants that they receive to help promote the show outside of Robertson County.
Mm.
They're bringing in folks from all across the U.S., from other countries, coming into Adams and getting to learn this history. Um, and these cultural pieces of our community, which is really beautiful. They recently were recipients also of the event grant because they were enhancing an existing event. And so I love to see, as that event has really grown into festival activities leading up to the productions, and a more robust experience for visitors to be able to come and extend their time that they're here, which is really wonderful. We also have an exciting partner who was one of our first event grant recipients, and it was for a brand new event, is Ruby's Happy Farm in Cross Plains. Their Feel Good Festival is an annual festival that is in June, so that's also coming up if you have not checked that out. And so they really came into the grant process saying, "Hey, we have this idea. We want to launch this and see how it goes." And that's exactly for our board. This is that seed money to kind of help support doing that. For marketing, again, our goal is to just, hey, tell the story of what is happening outside of Robertson County and bringing folks in. It's been really neat, from agritourism partners who receive these grants, because private tourism businesses are eligible, to nonprofits like Willow Oak, right? Thinking about their art fest, the multicultural celebration, Art in the Park. They have a lot of exciting events, especially with the new facility that they have, that is open new opportunities for them to host um, not only their classes and workshops, but also concerts. Um, and then we have municipality partners. And so I love also working with our cities, right? And thinking about, for our community, some of those infrastructure grants, helping invest in the spaces where they host events, as well as putting on the events that are really important to their community. I think of Ridgetop with Smoke on the Ridge. They're one of, they've received grants for that, and it's been neat. Um, Again, to work with those partners and see from that inside perspective, hey, this is what this event means. And then on the reporting, to hear, well, what's the impact? Yes, who are you bringing? Where are they traveling from? Um, but how were the local vendors? What was the financial impact to local shopping, dining, our small businesses, our merchants, right? Of hosting these events as well.
Such good information. Man, this was perfect timing to have you on today. Well, let's go ahead and do a couple of our sponsor breaks and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more. This is Sarah Warren. She is with the Robertson County Economic Development.
Great job.
All
Yes.
right. And this is her first time on the show, so make sure you tell her what a fabulous job she did. All right. So spring is in full bloom, as you can see, and it is in full bloom at Southside Drug Company. They want to remind you they are ready to serve you with not only their full service pharmacy, but also with locally sourced unique gifts. So many local makers and bakers now have their goods in Southside, so you never know what you're going to find. Let's see, delicious homemade bread, beautiful fresh flowers, ton of stuff there. So stop in and soak in some hometown charm at Southside, located at 1000 South Main Street in Springfield. Their store hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I do want to do, while you're still here, one more little thing because you guys featured them. Well, they were featured at Experience Robertson County, and that is Coldstream Camp.
Yes.
So we're we're going to be partnering up. I now officially am renting both of those spaces over by Crossroads.
Okay.
And we recently went over to Coldstream with two of my assistants and checked it out because we were going to hold some fun things to be bringing people into town. So I'll talk about that later. But anyway, Coldstream Camp, if you have not been over there yet, if you didn't go over during Experience Robertson County, you really need to. They've been partnering with families and churches since 1980, providing great spaces for ministry workers, short-term furloughs, men and women's groups seeking fellowship, small churches just needing a more affordable campground option. So you can go in, you can see all of the cabins that they have and the cottages that they have. They are they're doing summer camps, and I think some of those have filled up. So got to make sure that you look into those dates for your youth because they are very popular, and so you want to make sure you get them in there. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, last weekend they had their fishing rodeo. I heard that was a fabulous event. Anyways, for more information, you can go to coldstreamchristiancamp.org or you can call them at 615-696-2208. Roger and Heather are wonderful. Their family is right there, always willing to give you a tour. And again, that's 615-696-2208. So get out there. The dates are going fast. So you want to make sure you get kids signed up now. So Coldstream, did you get to go over there?
Yes, and Roger was such a pleasure to work with. So one of my favorite things, I had experienced Experience Robertson County when I was new to the community, right? Just again, wanting to learn about getting out all across, making 11 stops across the county. And so when I started working and getting to partner, right, it's an event that the Robertson County Chamber of Commerce hosts, but the Economic Development Board supports that event, and it's a really fun inside look. And so one of my favorite things is getting to meet with those hosts in the months leading up to that September event. It happens second Saturday in September, but it is so powerful having each of our 11 cities represented in one room by these community leaders, small business owners. We have anywhere from historic societies represented to personal homeowners who have a historic landmark, on their property that they might be the stop. It's such a diverse group, but I think anytime you're in those spaces, the collaboration that happens, right, where folks start making those connections and saying, oh, okay, we can partner in this way, or I didn't even realize you existed. This is amazing.
It almost seems like it needs to be a 2-day event, though, because, it's impossible for us to get
The
to
power
everyone.
drive, yeah.
You'd like go in, and you're out, and it's like, oh, I want to go back. I'll go back. And you don't
Yeah.
go back.
Oh, and you can. And I'm really excited this year. So we partner locally, the Experience Robertson County brand with Small Town Startup for marketing and helping develop and drive our content in our social media channels for our Robco Explorers Club, that insiders newsletter that we have. And we've been discussing as a team, okay, how do we extend this? We love the app, the Experience Robertson County app that we were able to launch 2 years ago through a grant with the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, which is, again, incredible resource to be able to bring that to our community. Having those trails, right, allows folks throughout the year to tap into the seasonal trails where it gets you out across the county in more specialized ways, an antique trail, a taco trail, right, a wellness trail, those kind of niche areas of interest. But for us, we've been discussing, okay, post Experience Robertson County, how do we do a deep dive and create some itineraries, bringing folks back, and even for our
Mhm.
locals of, oh, okay, like I've got another Saturday coming up.
Mhm.
The fall is such a rich time, right? So
Mhm.
yes, come back to each of our cities, and here's how you can deepen that experience.
Mhm.
Yes, go and check out the new, you know, place you had never been until Experience. Go back there, but then while you're there,
Mhm.
maybe make some additional stops,
Mhm.
that weren't a part of that Saturday because you were really focused on
Yeah.
wanting to hit your 11. That's Carly Rager, the Chamber's Director of Events and Marketing,
Mhm.
as she's curating that trail and that annual event, Experience Robertson County. She is very mindful of the distance,
Mhm.
right? And we
Mhm.
always go and drive that and hit that trail pre that day. And it is, from some years, we had some outliers. We've got a
Mhm.
huge county. It's beautiful, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think one of my favorite things is some of the driving on those back roads in between the
Oh
stops.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
exactly, though, when you're at the stops, you're wanting to enjoy the engagement, but you're also,
Well, and even
I got to go
Springfield,
next.
Springfield is even so big. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yes.
sometimes, when people say, "Oh, well, I'm in Springfield," and it's like, it takes longer sometimes for me to get to their house than it does for me to just like go to Pleasant View or
Yes. Yeah.
like.
Yeah. That feels like a whole nother conversation around addresses. And
uh,
yes. Yeah. Springfield is, yes, the limits, but that's something that I think with tourism is really incredible because locally we can, something could have a Springfield address, but locally we may say, oh, no, 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 that's not
yeah.
actually Springfield. But
Right.
for a visitor, when they're coming, I think of when I travel places. So the first uh, draw for me that brought me up to Robertson County after my husband and I moved to Nashville was Burdett's Tea Room,
Oh
right? For
yes.
me, it was,
Mhm.
I love when I travel, I always want to visit tea shops. So when I moved to Nashville, I was really pleasantly surprised that there were tea shops within like
Can't you encourage someone to?
an hour. Oh, yeah. I
We need another one.
Look, I think the fondest compliment is when you miss something, right? Because you're like, hey, it was so good. And I think there are opportunities. It's been neat to see pop up teas. I think of the Robertson County Players, doing the tea leading up to the Jane Austen production. And just, yeah, it is, again, that niche tourism. It's like, folks, we all have our own unique interest of what we like to do
Mhm.
when we travel or what will draw us to a location.
Mm.
um, More and more we're seeing you're seeing that trend in tourism that it's less about this one mega destination that's like a bucket list destination and more about the experience.
Mm.
What is it that you're doing there? And I love that because I feel like that highlights our assets for Robertson County because we have so many unique attractions that are family owned and operated, right? And so that creates a different culture and a different experience when people come to our events, when they shop with our local merchants, when they dine in our local um, restaurants. They all have their own vibe and personality, not only our unique communities, but also our individual assets.
Mhm. Mhm. Definitely. All right. So this has been Sarah Warren, and she is with the Robertson County Economic Development Department. How do they get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So you can reach out, experiencerobertson.com. That website has email contact as well as phone contact. And my office, I was like, stop by and see me as well. The Economic Development Board shares office space with our Robertson County Chamber. So we're right there on the square in the Visitor Center. That is our community, our county's official visitor center as well. We have a tourism hallway. But come on down and stop in, and our team will welcome you, and I'd be excited to connect.
Awesome. Very good. And then the website?
Experiencerobertson.com.
ExperienceRobertson.com. Excellent. All right. So is there anything else that we're missing before we?
I'm like, definitely check out the events calendar. For me in my brain, I get to do pitches, to share the information that's happening not only to the state and where they're marketing, but we'll be featured Robertson County in upcoming Tennessee Home and Farm online
Oh.
digital post as well as their print magazine coming out this summer. Again, through grant opportunities that our board has been able to secure with the state. But it's such an exciting time. I'm just reeling through all the festivals that are coming up, the U Pick out at our farms. There's so many attractions that are happening this summer rec. So
Okay.
I was like, I don't want to hear there's nothing to do.
Oh,
And
I know.
certainly, not only grab a friend, bring them out,
Mhm.
but call some friends or family and have them come up. If folks are traveling, make sure you show off
Mhm.
and give them the
Definitely.
real Robertson County experience, get them out and about.
Well, I'm going to cover some more calendar items. You're welcome to stay
Thank you.
for that if you are able to.
Awesome.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Because then we can talk a little bit after. So when I'm mentioning these other events, something might pop into your head too that you want to share. So I did want to make sure I went over a couple other things because I just looked at my calendar and I realized I did not tell you about a couple things
It's
here.
busy.
That's right. So today is Wednesday, and of course tomorrow, is National Day of Prayer. Yes, I am still doing my 11 a.m. line dance class tomorrow. And then on Friday morning, we are having Wild Doc come on. So Wild Doc is on every first Friday of the month when possible, and that is from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So if you have a real difficult health problem that you've been dealing with for a while and you keep having tests and no one can get to the root of it, well, Wild Roots Wellness probably can. So send it to me on email or private message me, and I will forward it to him. And sometimes he spends a whole half hour or an hour on somebody's question. That's like, a free consultation right there. And he is remarkable, guys. Functional doctor, Dr. Dale Brown from Wild Roots Wellness. So he will be on this Friday, May 2nd, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. All right. Oh my goodness. There's so much. Like you said, I don't see how people can say that there's nothing going on. There's so much.
That's the good news, right? I love when you say, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "I get to tell the story. Look, I don't have to create the story. It's already
Hmm.
happening." We got a
Yeah.
lot of good things. Yep.
All right. And then, of course, Lights Chapel wants to invite you this Sunday, May 4th, to the 10 a.m. They're having a covered dish festivity there at Lights Chapel. They are in Greenbrier. And if you have not heard their worship team, it's all bluegrass. Yeah. So Danny Crabtree, matter of fact, I've been hearing a lot of Danny Crabtree on WSGI lately, which is fabulous because he is an amazing songwriter, award-winning songwriter. And so get on out to Lights Chapel sometime and check out Danny Crabtree and everybody. Of course, Michael Duff is over there, our favorite pastor. Okay, 2A Ladies is coming up on May 2nd. May 10th. And so 2A Ladies is our Second Amendment ladies that meet at the Guns and Leather in Greenbrier. They meet at 10 a.m. and all levels are welcome. They do a little talk and then they do training for those people that want to stay and go into the shooting range. So 2A Ladies is always a wonderful thing to go to. All right. I think that's as far as I'll go because there's so much and I don't want to start confusing people, but I do have one more sponsor to talk about. So let me find that out here. And of course, you guys know it is mowing season. Here we go. All right, you hear all the mowers going. So Ridgetop Mower. Do you know Ridgetop Mowers, Sarah? Do you know what city they're located in?
I'm gonna. My final answer is Ridgetop, but willing to travel. Hopefully, I may take some notes.
Well, I'm glad you said that because Ridgetop Mower is in Springfield.
Oh,
They
I
used
like
to.
it. Keep us on our toes.
That's right. They used to be in Ridgetop, but now they are even in a more convenient location. They are right, like if you know where Ace Hardware is
Yep.
on Matthews, you go down Matthews, and just there on the left before you get the big Dean Oil tank thing is Gary. Yeah, is Ridgetop Mower. So check them out, guys. And guess what? If you mention Lee Marie or WSGI, you can get 10% off actually both your labor and service. So they do pickup, they do delivery, and they also can remove unwanted equipment for free. So if you have some strange thing that, has been growing weeds around it in your yard and you're just like, you know what, it would cost more to fix this thing. So just give it to Gary, have him pick it up. So you can get your mower serviced today and they are at 1100 Matthews Street in Springfield. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon p.m. You can call Gary at Ridgetop Mower at 615-855-0044. That's 615-855-0044, and tell him Lee Marie sent ya. So Ridgetop Mower in Springfield. Sarah got to learn something new today.
Always, always, Lee Marie.
And it's hard to stump him. You know, sometimes I even go over there, I'm like, I have a car question, and he's so nice. And he'll tell you, like, if you want to do a DIY project, you know, and you're like, this is what I'm doing, I'm fixing my mower. He's got parts there, and he can just, you know, walk you through it, tell you, you know. So he's a great guy.
Sounds full service.
He is full service. And he even has the cool WSGI stickers over there. So you want to get one of those, which, speaking of, I did want to mention that you got to put this on your calendar, guys. 2 more dates. I know they're far off, but they're very important. July. WDBL and WSGI are going to be celebrating 75 years in broadcasting. So super excited for
birthday.
That. It is a big birthday. So that's going to be at 3 p.m. And Ebenezer Baptist Church in Greenbrier is letting us hold it there. Several of us had gone to their big anniversary party, and they did such a beautiful job that we said, we'd really love to have it there. And so they're letting us. So thank you so much, Ebenezer Baptist in Greenbrier. So that is going to be at 3 p.m., big anniversary party. If you know people who are ever involved with WSGI or WDBL, and maybe their family members were on, and maybe they've, you know, gone to heaven since then, but we'd love to have those families come. And so please get the word out. It is the last Saturday in July 26th. Okay. And we'll have more information on that coming real soon. And then also, just to let you know, heads up, that Friday before, which is the 25th, that's going to be our next Pray for TN event. Pray for TN was the one we had last year, where we had 300 people circled around the courthouse. And so we are going to be doing our second annual Pray for TN event. And that'll be, and we had people come from other counties, by the way. So that is going to be the Friday before our big gala. So anyways, those are just things to mark on your calendar now. I know they're way off, but because they're so important, I don't want anybody else to schedule things on those days. Well, you know, unless it's completely unrelated, then that's right? All right, we just have a couple minutes left. So anything else that has popped into your brain since?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so again, with events, it's helpful you talking through what's going on. But First Fridays, I mean, that's a huge deal. Maddie McCormick is Springfield's new tourism and Main Street coordinator. She is phenomenal. So love, I have, Springfield is unique in that they have a full-time tourism team member there with the city. I have a point of contact, right, in each of our communities that I work with. And so really excited for Maddie to continue the incredible work that Ace Timmermeyer started with the Real Springfield TN brand. But this will be her first Friday. And I know everybody's been excited about that kicking off. And Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival coming up in May as well. Art Fest, we talked a little bit about that with Willow Oak, their multicultural celebration. Ruby's Happy Farm Feel Good Fest, again in June. July, I love as we head into Sunflower Festival over at Red River Farms.
I went to that last year. Beautiful.
It's incredible. They do an excellent job and have events all throughout the year, but that pulls folks for sure. And then our Independence Day celebrations.
What day is that going to be on this year?
The Independence Day celebrations, that varies. So the City of Springfield's Freedom Fest, right, July 3rd. White House, their Americana celebration. Check out their Chamber of Commerce website for details on that event. Okay. Turning of the Pig, of course, in Greenbrier. We've got,
I love that event.
Unique. We've got parades, fireworks in multiple of our communities. So absolutely make plans. Experience Robertson will be featuring all of our 4th of July celebrations. So be sure to follow us so you can see and make plans to get your family out for picnics and parties.
All right. Well, that was perfect because it's 9:00 on the nose. So we will see a lot of you guys, of course, over at National Day of Prayer, but then we'll also see a lot of you at the First Friday Market, which is this Friday. And again, stop over and see me, 600 South Main, right next to Crossroads, because we're going to do some free line dance stuff in there, getting people warmed up for the band. So it's going to be a fun weekend.
That's incredible.
All right. Well, Miss Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lee Marie.
And again, I will see you guys back here on the station for Wild Doc this coming Friday. You've all been listening to 1100 WSGI. I love y'all. God bless. Make it a great day.